Hi, this is 365801 and this is going to be a quick this is going to be a of indeterminate length video doing my July wrap up. Now it's been quite a while since I did any kind of wrap up. I think it was mid-February when I did my last weekly wrap up. That was something that I had wanted to do for 2022 that's obviously fallen by the wayside, so I haven't actually been doing any kind of wrap up, which means that no one knows exactly how many books I've read. It's kind of a lot. And I did want to be a bit more mindful about my reading and actually take stock of what I was reading and how much and do all the stats and stuff like that, and I haven't been doing that. And for some strange reason I really felt like doing it this month, so I've been doing it for July. So I've actually sat down and gone through what I've read, and hopefully I'll be able to give you some stats, which is something new. Now, one of the kind of inspirations for this is Meg with Books. I watched her video and I kind of was like, okay, I'll just use that as a sort of template and answer some of the questions that she does when it comes to the stats that she has. First off, how many books did I read in July? And it was 35, although a few of them were rereads. But yeah, 35 is quite a lot. And as you can see in front of me, not many of them were print. So when it comes to manga, I actually only read 8 manga compared to the rest. It was like 27 prose, which is pretty shocking, really. It's not a good showing for manga this month at all. It's kind of a bit sad. Pages read though, 8,663. Now that's pretty darn good, really, considering I think on the last 2 years I've averaged around 50 to 60,000 pages for the whole year. So for 8,000 in 1 month, that's actually quite a lot. And I'm not even including my webcomics. I'm like loads of webcomics that I've been reading throughout this year already, and I've not really been keeping track of them. This month though, I read a really good one, Steel Under Silk. Loving it. It's great. Also, average pages per day would be 279, which is way too many. Why am I reading so much? And the average per book would come down to 247 pages. So not massively long books, they would be, but that's quite a lot still. I'm still kind of surprised at that. My average star rating for this month is 3.74 stars, which is actually pretty good considering I gave quite a few bimyo, meh, kind of average kind of books. Not to say that they're bad, but a 3-star book is a 3-star book, you know? It's like I've been reading a lot of 3 stars this month. A lot of 3 stars. And some of these books I have not had on my TBR at all. Some of them I've just kind of come across. But the ones in front of you, especially the manga, they've been on my TBR for a long time. They've just been sitting there, especially like Casino Lily. I think I've had that for quite a while. Take Me to Heaven and Cut, I know I've had for some time, but yeah, most of what I read, I've just kind of been like, that'll do, and I've got access to it. So anyway, it's quite a lot. Now I wish I could show you some nice pie charts and graphs and stuff like that, but I probably won't be able to. But in terms of the format, I haven't read quite a lot of mixed media, and usually I would read a lot with books and audio, but this month it was quite a lot of audio, 21, and 10 digitally, and only, as you can see, the 4 print. That's pretty shocking. Like, I should probably be reading more in print. And one of them's a library book, so not great. I'm not reading my collection, and I should be. I did read a lot through Audible, and I also read through Kindle Unlimited as well. But yeah, I need to read more from my library. I need to read more from my own personal collection too. So this month I've read loads, but I don't really feel like I've made progress as much as I would want. Anyway, I don't want to go through everything that I read because 35 books is quite a lot, and as I said, I did read some that were rereads, and so I don't really need to talk too much about them. And also I made quite a few videos, considering. So you can go and watch a lot of them. I'll mention the videos anyway and put it up on the screen so you can see which books are in which videos. But Meg with books, she went through some disappointments, some surprises and some hits, and I thought I would talk about some of the books I read that were disappointments first. Let's start with the disappointments. Now the first lot of disappointments are probably, I have to say, the Kodansha manga that I read. Considering I didn't read a lot of manga, it's kind of disappointing that they were all a bit meh. I think I put them as 3 stars or less on Goodreads, but the majority of them were kind of like 2.5 stars. Yeah, Nico Colored Canvas, One Dance, and then I started reading Golden Gold, which is the only one that I've given 3.75, and I rounded it up to 4 stars. And as much as I liked it, it kind of stalled the whole reading vlog. Like, I read the first 2.5 books and then like 2 weeks went by before I picked up the vlog again. So there was definitely something about it that was not engaging enough to make me want to continue doing the vlog. I don't know, maybe it was just how I was feeling and I shouldn't blame the manga. But the rest of them, which was Phantom of the Idol, was another 2.5 stars. And then Serenade for Pretend Lovers. Now, I gotta say, I hate giving 1 star to anything, but I just could not get on board at all with a josei like that, which is unfortunate, but there you go. And I did not enjoy it. It was just a little bit annoying to have to read something that just irked me in such a way. It did make me laugh though, because when I went on, and I still have to write up the reviews for them, when I went on to Goodreads, like I have people that I know, and I saw Shay from Shay Geeks Out has read it and given it like 5 stars, and it's just another example of how me and Shay from Shay Geeks Out do not have the same taste in manga at all. We're like the exact opposite. It's quite funny. She'll say, "This is great," and I'll be like, "This is terrible," and she'll be like, "This is not for me," and I'll say, "This is my trash, I love it, 5 stars. So we definitely have different tastes, and it's quite funny to see someone else, and when you see that someone else is just like either given something a lot of stars or not, and you're the complete opposite. So anyway, but yeah, that was kind of disappointing overall. They weren't great, there was no standouts, and that was kind of sad. I also had a few other disappointments. One was How to Vex a Vampire. I think this is Alice Winters. And I started that thinking it was going to be like, oh, it's going to be a great new series. And I did not enjoy it. I got like emotional whiplash. It was about a human and a vampire, and they were on a detective kind of case. And I thought, this is going to be great. And they were all like rivals, kind of, they were like enemies to lovers type thing, like they didn't like each other, they were sassy, and I was like, oh, this is ticking so many boxes, oh, brilliant. And then I don't know what the hell happened, and I did not get in it at all, and I really did not like any of the characters by the end of the first book, and I thought, I'm not carrying on this series, even though there's supposed to be like an underlying mystery. I could not care less, and that's terrible. Because I really wanted to enjoy it. I felt really bad because I was like, supernatural, detective, murder mystery, brilliant, brilliant. Nope. It was that tone that I had an issue with. Like, it was serious and dangerous, and then it was all jokey and silly, and the jokes just didn't hit or land for me, so that was a shame. The other big disappointment for me this month is kind of unfortunate, but it's my own fault, and that is How to Bang a Billionaire by Alexis Hall. I thought, you know what I really want? Like a royalty read, or a millionaire read. I know, I'll go and find one. And one of the first ones I came across was How to Bang a Billionaire, because it was from an author I had already read from, and obviously I was like, oh great, and I did not feel any need to read the synopsis. And it was only like when I was halfway through, I was like, I think I better read what this is about. So I started reading the synopsis and realised what I'd got myself into, which was once again the first book in a series. And I didn't actually think about how much I really should check about what I'm reading. You know, I might have the mood for something, and therefore my expectation is for something. But if I'm not checking what it is that I'm reading, then it's my fault. That is on me. So no offense, because I enjoyed the writing of How to Bang a Billionaire. I thought it was like fine. It was fine. But it kind of made me feel a bit sad because I'm so looking forward to reading husband material. And I really should have just gone for the other book by Alexis Hall that everyone is going on about. Everyone's like recommended, For Real. And I'm kind of put off because I think it's like an age gap, and I really don't like age gaps. Oh, I know everyone's like, you should read that, and I'm like, I don't know if I should read it because, I don't know, How to Bang a Billionaire I did not get on board for, and that's another series I tried to start and I'm not going to be continuing with. Now the next category is surprises, and I can't say I had too many surprises this month because, as I said, I had so many 3-star kind of run-of-the-mill kind of ones, or hits, things that I absolutely loved. I think one of the surprises was obviously Take Me to Heaven. It was a hit, but also a surprise because I did not expect that there was a holic BL from before holic was even holic, and I absolutely loved it. It was great. So yeah, that was part of the OG one-shots video that I made, doing my buddy read with Katie, and I absolutely loved it. It was so good, and I actually really enjoyed all 3. One of the other surprises was actually reading The Whispers. That's in an upcoming library reading vlog, so I'll talk more about it. But what was surprising was how tender and emotional it was, because I was expecting something, and I'm not sure what I was expecting, but it was really quite heartfelt, and I did cry at the end. So I think the surprise there was just how emotional I got reading The Whispers, because I didn't expect it to be something that would hit me in the feels. One of the other surprises was just how many 3-stars I read this month. I did read a lot of, is it Louisa Masters? And I think I've just decided that she as an author is like a standard 3-star for me. That's not to say that they're not good, because I do enjoy them, and I think what she does so well is a big cast of characters, because I read all of the dragon and I don't know, what is it, Demons Do It Better, One Bite with a Vampire, Hijinks with a Hellhound, all of them. But I also read the second one after Spirited Situation, Vortex Conundrum. And I just gotta ask, like, this is a bit weird, but like in both of those books they mention not having to use condoms because they're both on PrEP. And I was like, but other sexually transmitted diseases and infections are still there, guys. Maybe. I don't know, like in BL manga we're always going on about when we see good rep of like lube being used and condoms being used, and we're like, yay, good, because for such a long time they just didn't bother drawing that in. That was like, we're not going to actually discuss how messy sex can be. Whereas in these books, and Louisa Masters ones, it's like, do condoms just not exist? Does she just not like condoms? Is this like a personal thing? This kind of seems like a personal question. But the fact that both books, for especially with Vortex Conundrum, I came across it again, and I was like, huh. Just being like, oh, we don't need to use condoms because we're both on PrEP. That's cool. And I was like, alright then, but I don't know. That's maybe a personal thing to me. I like it when people are like, right, okay, get the condoms and lube. You know, it's like practice safe sex, guys. So the hits for me were pretty much the Frat Wars. I did read the first 2 books in the series, Masters of Mayhem and King of Thieves. It was great. I had a great time. I loved it. Saxon James, and even when I'm like filming this, I've already read the 3rd one. I've already consumed that. It's fine. It's done. It's a great series. Loved it. So yeah, that was a hit. I don't think I gave them 5 stars, but either 4 stars or something like that. So they're good, solid, and that was the fun I was after. That was the fun I was looking for, and I didn't get from How to Vex a Vampire. So I was looking for the fun kind of, or How to Bang a Billionaire. I needed something that didn't give me anxiety, and these did not give me any anxiety at all. I was just there for a good time, so they were big hits. I did some rereads with Finch and Bond, so obviously they're 5-star reads for me. Another one was another Lily Morton that I read, and I didn't think I was going to read. I don't have much of hers left to read, and then I'm gonna have to do a reading all of Lily Morton's video, and I want to, so I was kind of putting off, because you know when you've got like just a little bit left of something, or the last book of a series or something, and then all of a sudden you just like, I don't want to read it because once I've read it, that's it, it's done. And she keeps producing more stuff, which is great, but I know I have one left to read now, Cuckoo's Call, and once I've done that, that's it. I'm gonna have to make this video, and then I'll have to wait like everyone else for the next book to come out, which is annoying. So yeah, I ended up reading Beautifully Unexpected, which is about two older gentlemen who kind of have commitment issues, and they find each other, and it's fun, and it's exactly what Lily Morton does great, which is a lot of snarky, sassy back and forths, but this time she had two men who were older men, and I loved that, and I so enjoyed, you know, a 48-year-old and a 52-year-old man who, you know, they're both established, have their careers, are quite happy with how things are going, and both have been like not wanting to be in committed relationships, but at that sort of time in their life when they're like, we're kind of getting on a bit, and so they do end up meeting and becoming friends, and then from friends they become lovers, and from lovers they become something more, and it's just sweet and wonderful, and I really enjoyed it. They were just a great couple, and I really enjoyed, and it's because it's the Audible book has been released, but I didn't read it through Audible. I've just read it through Kindle Unlimited, which is great because you can get almost everything that she does through Kindle Unlimited. So go check out some Lily Morton. I'll have to big her up in a video on her own. And of course, my big thing for this month, I think for July, the big thing that I was just like totally enamored with is the Big Bad Wolf series by Charlie Adhara. I just loved it. I read it at the start of the month, and then a few weeks later I was like, okay, I'm ready to make the video for my reviewing Male Male Romance, and as soon as I started making it again, I was like, God, I love this series, I loved it, it was a great time, and I just reread the whole thing again. So actually, I read 30 books, and 5 of them I just reread straight away again. So I actually read the full series twice in the month of July, and it was a good time. And it kind of made me go, right, okay, let's try some, you know, murder mystery or detective supernatural male romance. And I don't think anything else has really lived up to the Big Bad Wolf series, so I'm really looking forward to Pack of Lives when it comes out. Oh, so looking forward to it. But yeah, that's the big hit for this month. I think I really would love to have them in physical. So that is everything that I read, my reading wrap up for July 35. It's not bad, but I do need to be more mindful. I need to be more discerning in my tastes, and I think I need to include a lot more manga. I need to read more manga, and actually more of my TBR, my physical TBR, because I know how much I have now, so I need to read it. And I had a really good time reading my OG one-shots, so I think for August I will either read a lot less or I will try and include some more manga. Anyway, thanks for watching this. If you got to the end, thanks a lot. Consider giving it a wee thumbs up, subscribe if you want to. I'm 365-821 and I make videos about male male romance, BL manga, yaoi and all that good stuff. Take care everyone, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!